Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and today's video. So the Swedish word of the day is jewel, which is in Swedish juvel. Juvel. It's super hot in here, so I do have my fan on. If you don't like that, then you have to fix so it's winter in Sweden. So in today's video, we are going to review and do a little tutorial with two of the new Kaleidos Cosmetics palettes. So before I even get into this video, I do want to say that I did get these sent to me in PR, so there's no confusion. I did not pay for these, so you know. Kaleidos Cosmetics launched their Futurism collection a couple of months ago, and there were 3 palettes in that collection that I reviewed, and I'll link that video right up here. If you didn't see that video, I'm just gonna give you a little spoiler. I absolutely loved them. They are a brand that is located in China, but they do ship internationally, and their shimmers, oh my god, they were in freaking sane. And then I got contacted by the brand again, and they were like, hey, do you want us to send our new collection? We haven't launched any pictures or anything on it yet. And then they kind of explained how the palette looked like, and I was like, yes. They did, however, say that they changed the formula on the shimmers, which made me a little bit scared just because of the fact that why fix something if it isn't broken? But I was like, hey, let's try it out. So the collection includes this Kaleidos Cosmetics palette, which is the Futurism Electro Turquoise palette. It still has this like really beautiful, very luxurious packaging. I think the Kaleidos Cosmetics does a fantastic job with standing out in this oversaturated market. So when we open it up, it looks like this, and just as the past palettes, it comes with these little sheets, but with the old collection I actually just glued them to the back, which I will do with these palettes as well. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but yes, this is what the first palette looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. So all of them are mattes except this one and then this one. Then they also launched this beauty, which I have on my eyes today. This is the Futurism VR Neon palette, and that looks like this. So all of the ones are mattes except for these 2 shades right there. I will have some swatches on the screen, but I did do a little swatch video on my Instagram, so if you do want to check it out, I'll link my Instagram down below as always, but I'll just have them on the screen right now. I did swatch them on a clean hand, just 1 wipe per shadow, and then in the end I did intensify each shadow. So with the first collection, I told you guys that with the shimmers, they were some of my favorites, but that you couldn't just kind of take your brush and dip in like this and apply it to your eyes because the brush didn't really pick anything up. So I thought that this was the easiest way anyway, to just take a stiff brush and then swirl it around, and that way you picked up some shadow and it just applied super beautiful. But these shimmers are lighter pressed, or they aren't as harsh pressed. So Kaleidos actually described these as that they are a little bit looser this time, which I do agree on. They are much looser, so don't go in with a heavy hand at first. Kind of feel it and be a little bit careful in the beginning so you kind of get the feel of them. And then they said that you can just apply them very evenly for a heavy application, which I've done here today, or you could blend them out. The palettes will launch on August 13th and they will retail for $24 each. I always get questions if I have a code with them. No, I do not, but I think you can sign up for their newsletter and you will get, I think it is like 10% off or something. And they are limited edition, so this is just a little summer collection. So I thought that we would hop into the 2 tutorials, and then in the end of the video I'm gonna talk about how I felt about them. The first palette we're gonna start off with is the teal palette, or the blue palette, however you want to see it. So I'm starting out with the lightest shade in the palette, the lightest teal shade, and I'm sort of doing this winged out look. I don't have the shade names right here, so I'm just going to describe the colors, but I think you can kind of see which colors I am using. So then I went in with this deepest bluish teal shade, and I'm building on the winged shape. I did cut my crease off camera, so now I'm going in with a pool shade, and I don't know how well my camera is picking it up, but I did get a lot of fallout. So I'm gonna say this in the review portion of this video, but please, if you are using this palette or these shimmer shades, tap your brush off and spray them, because you'll have glitter and it's kind of hard to get rid of. I did keep this part in so you could see that I tried to remove the glitter, but you know, you can kind of still see the glitter specks in it, so yeah. Then I took the orange shade under my eyes, and then I wanted to layer it with the white shade, you know, the shimmery white on top of it, or the shimmery gold, but I had to actually spray my brush in order to do so. So it was a little bit tricky, but I felt like I kind of learned how to work with them now that I went into the next look. So here I used all of the shades except for the green shade, and I started off with the red. This look is so beautiful in my opinion. I really love this, and I would for sure recreate it, but I probably wouldn't take the shimmery orange that I had on my lid. I would probably just slather my entire lid with a pink shade because I just love it so much. Then I took the orange shade, and then I took the yellow. The yellow is kind of dusty, so something that I did realize is that you kind of need to dip in to the pan a couple of extra times. This is something that I feel is so common with yellows. I think it is because they have a lot of white in them, but I am not 100% sure. I did not cut my lid after that. Then I went in with the pink on my lid. Oh, of course, I did my under eyes. So sorry. I did my under eyes, so I just went in with the red and the yellow under my eyes. And then I put the pink on my lid, and this time I sprayed my brush, and I also tapped it off multiple times. But I would use a glitter glue because I did get some fallout during the day. This is something that is not a big deal. This happened to me with the Anastasia Riviera palette as well. So that is just a little tip and recommendation from me. But yeah, let's get into the review part of this video. So I'm gonna start off talking about this palette, which was the Electro Turquoise one. At first application, I was a little bit surprised about how much fallout I actually got with this palette. As you can see in the tutorial, when I used this palette, I didn't have my base makeup on, but when I used the other palette, I did have my face makeup on. I have to say that just a little tip when you apply these shadows is that you pick them up, tap them off, then spray them, tap them off an extra time if you need to, and then put them on. Just because of the fact that it worked for me yesterday and it worked for me today. I did use the pink shade that I have on my lid right now yesterday because I just couldn't hold myself, and I got so many compliments. I think 3 or 4 people were like, "Oh, your eyeshadow! Oh my god, it's so beautiful!" And I was like, "It's Kaleidos." And they were like, "What?" That is just a little recommendation, because if you don't, you will have fallout all over, and I did have fallout. And as I said, I didn't have my base makeup on, so I could just wipe it off, but it doesn't really work with glitter. It kind of sticks all over the place. The shadows had a little bit of kick up, which I don't really mind. I think that it's okay. The one con with this palette, I would say, is that I have no idea what to do with the orange. I'm not saying that the orange doesn't fit. It's just that when I did a little look with this, I wanted to use the orange as well because I wanted to use every shade, and I had a hard time figuring out what to really do with it. I guess that you could do something like with this and then blend it out with this, but this is a little bit more cool tone. So yeah, I'm not really sure how that would work. I kind of wish that it was like a shimmery orange, because I think that that would be super cool with the contrast of the blue. But you do have a shimmery orange in the other palette, but if you don't purchase the other palette, that will be a little bit, I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling on. But I don't have any other con or thing that I want to say with this palette. I like it, but my favorite one is this one. This is way more me. You guys know I love my pinks. and my greens. I have not tried out the green. I was contemplating on using the green today, but I started off with the deepest red and you saw what I did, and I just felt like, you know what, no, I don't want to add in a green. I was thinking about maybe doing a pop in my inner corner, but I decided not to. Again, I think that this palette is really nice. The yellow is very dusty. It's very dusty, and I had to dip into the pan so many times, but you guys know neons is that way. I think I've heard someone explain this, but you kind of need to add a lot of white in it and have like a white base, which makes them super dusty. I don't know if this is true. Kind of just repeating what I've heard sometime. I think Stephanie Nicole talked about it. But when you work with neons, they aren't gonna be super stiff. They are always going to be very powdery and kind of sheer. Sometimes they even apply as pastels almost because they are kind of sheer. This is not my favorite yellow I've ever tried, but it's not bad. I could work with it. The one con was that I had to dip into the pan so many times, but I think it showed up. I think it was cute and I do enjoy it. Now, one thing that I will say is that I will probably continue to use this with a glitter glue. I haven't done that today just because I don't have a glitter glue. I'm actually gonna go to the store and pick up a glitter glue or a package that contains a glitter glue and some other makeup products. I will probably do that in the future because I don't know if you can see, but I have gotten a lot of fallout under my eyes, on my nose, and it's just not really a fun time. So that is the one thing I will say for now. I like these shimmer shadows just because of the fact that they are very glittery and intense, and they are a little bit extra, which is me. I love a shimmer that is like extra foiled. I don't like a shimmer that is kind of plain. It's kind of safe. I want something like wha-bam, you know? And I feel like they're giving me that. However, I think I like their other shimmer formula better, but I don't mind this. It just is a little bit more work. But the other ones are like liquid shadows. They are incredible. If you've ever tried them, they're incredible. If I would give one tip to Kaleidos, it is that they are not allowed, for me anyway, to discontinue that older formula. But I don't mind if they ever did a palette and such to mix the two formulas in palettes, because it's kind of nice to have different options. But the other ones is my favorite. But yes, I think that they are definitely worth the price. I think that they are absolutely incredible. They are super beautiful, and I'm super grateful that I got them. Let me know if you are going to pick up any of these palettes, and let me know which one your favorite is. I know that on my Instagram I showed these, and a lot of you guys actually loved this one the most. And I have to say, I really like the look that I did with this. I just wish that I didn't apply like the yellow, no, the orange liner in my waterline. I wish I would have gone for a black or a dark blue or a light blue, something along those lines, a little bit of turquoise. But we live and we learn. As I said, I always get compliments when I wear some of Kaleidos shimmers on my lids. Doesn't matter if it's this palette or if it is one of their older ones, I always get compliments. So yeah, get them before they're gone if you wanna buy them. That was all from me today. If you like this little video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you did not enjoy this video, please thumbs this video down. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!